All right, y'all. So held and froze over because I'm Team Kandi. All my altos and my baritones, ooh, get ready. Because Todd didn't lost his mind, child. I always had my good eye on him ever since he was fighting that prenup in the beginning. I was with Mama Joyce. Ain't no mountain high enough, ain't no valley low enough to keep me off your ass. Exactly. So I'm gonna follow the divorce. We also gonna talk about Claudia. She was on Carlos King last night. Kimmi. I wonder why Claudia wasn't on at the same time as Kimmi. Kimmi, do you still feel stupid as a mother? Stupid as hell because Claudia low-key read through you when you was on TGIF, when Maurice was trying to hump on you when you just came from chemotherapy. You know a dumb chick hate to be around a smart chick that'll call her out because she feels stupid and she knows she's stupid. Exactly. Anyway, but it seemed like Kimmi felt some type of way still about somebody on the class. I don't know if it was Miss Nell, Destiny, or Tisha, but I'm leaning towards Destiny. Exactly. And she insinuated that was a fake storyline. And then speaking of Destiny, why baldhead Martell gonna get into it with Will over Destiny hoism? Yes, friend. I looked at the future episode preview and shit. I said, not Monkey Martell gonna get into it with wild ass Will. I don't know. Now that might be good. Exactly. Martell just short and Will big, but they both buff. We'll see what happens, child. Anyway, we also gonna talk about Real Housewives of Potomac because Stacey is reading the girls and the girls are jealous of Stacey. If y'all watch the after show, it's written all in Giselle's face. She got green eyes with envy. Is it green with envy? I don't know, friend. Anyway, nevertheless, that's what we're gonna talk about today. So get you a little cocktail. Make sure you like the video. Sorry I ain't come on live last night, friend. I was tired. I was motherfucking tired. Exactly. I did make the lasagna soup though. Check out my short. Check out my recipe or whatever. And let's just talk some shit. We gonna start off talking about Nicki Minaj real quick, and then we're gonna get into Kandi, then Kimmi, then Real Housewives of Potomac. Baby, so remember I told y'all about Nicki being sued for Kenneth Petty and her assaulting that security guard over there in Germany. Right, so they filed a default judgment in the favor of the victim because Nicki Minaj and them didn't show up to court. So if you don't show up to court, the judge can just file a default judgment for, the plaintiff. So she owes $503,318. So $500,000. About $500,000, friend. Mind you, this is right after yesterday. Nicki Minaj was like, yeah, at the UN, MAGA was going hard. So y'all girls is a MAGA barbs. I don't know how y'all feel about that, but that's neither here nor there. I just wanted to add that in. Anyway, so this new article coming from Deadline says Nicki Minaj could lose her $20 million Hidden Hills mansion after the judge approved a forced sale to pay a security guard over a vicious attack. LA Superior Court Judge Cindy Panuco delivered the warning during a hearing on Monday. So this is an update. We already know that it could happen, but they actually had a hearing on Monday, and Judge Panuco sent a warning and told attorneys she's ready to greenlight the property seizure unless the super base rap settles the $503,000 the $503,000 judgment against her. And the debt is owed to the German security guard Thomas Windenmuller. The judge states, my tentative is to grant this, Judge Panuco declared from the bench. I just want to make sure we're getting it right. Child. Not behind this man, you about to lose your house. So it's giving, girl, you better come up with $500,000 to pay that man or they're going to sell your house and you really going to be out on the streets. And you know he got to register everywhere he lives. So, Nicki, if they sell your house, where you going to go? Now, since he got to register, we'll know if y'all staying at the La Quinta Inn. I don't know. I don't know. But that's what she get. Shout out to MAGA. Exactly. Let's talk about Kandi and Todd and the divorce stuff. Kandi had to speak on it the other day with Dr. Heavenly, right? And she was telling Dr. Heavenly that she always knew she wanted to be a mom, but she never knew if she wanted to be a wife. I find that odd though, because Kandi was engaged to who was the guy, I forgot his name, who had passed away or whatever. So I always thought Kandi wanted to be a wife. She never gave me an indication that she didn't want to be a wife, unless maybe she wanted to be a lesbo, but I don't know. Anyway, Heavenly started opening up too about her marriage and was talking about how she really didn't have sex with daddy every day. That was a lie. She talked about her son. She said that when her son got arrested at gunpoint, she said, of course, she found out on the internet, but once daddy told her the story, what happened was her son was wrong. He got arrested at gunpoint by the officer. The officer recognized his last name, and Dr. Kimes, Dr. Daddy, he saved the officer's life before, so that's why they contacted Daddy, and Daddy handled it and said he didn't want Heavenly to go crazy, and that's why he kept a secret. I don't blame him, because your husband's job is to protect you, but you also have to be in the know about important stuff like that, because she was embarrassed when she found out about it on, you know what I'm saying, on the internet. Anyway, then we kind of got more into Kandi stuff. Kandi started opening up a little bit about the marriage. As y'all know, Kandi issued a statement yesterday and was saying basically she is having a hard time. She was like, I have my ups and downs. I know y'all see me out and it look like it's all good, but it's not. On the show, I usually have to divulge this information, so I'm glad, like, in real life, I can keep this type of stuff private. And she kind of teared up a little bit. I felt bad for Kandi, because I went through a divorce and I didn't even like my husband as much as Kandi probably liked her. Anyway, but what we found out over the last few days, first of all, Binge-Worthy released, or he found some clips, from some older clips, where Todd is talking about sleeping with all of her friends if they ever break up, and Kandi like, nah, don't play with me, so and so and so and so, and he like, well, which one of your friends could I sleep with if we broke up and you wouldn't be tripping? First of all, I would have throat punched him, but that's just me. I would have sent that little motherfucker flying across the street. Remember on the Wayans Brothers, when the was it the old lady that went flying across the street? That would have been Todd fucking with me. Because how disrespectful. And you posted this shit online? Not to mention, if you ask me something like that, it makes me feel like that's already on your mind. And that just goes to show you, don't be giving these men no threesome, because guess what? You can give them a threesome and they still gonna want more. All they know now is that you're open to allowing them to have sex with other girls, women that you may know. And allegedly, this been going on for years. I talked about this. Their girlfriend was Fatum. Fatum was featured on the show as Sheree's friend a long time ago. She's Akon's ex-wife, and she's a Atlanta socialite. I actually seen her one time at the hookah lounge. She's pretty though. She's really, really pretty. But we always saw Kandi and her together. They've been together on vacations. It was always giving girlfriend type of vibes to me. That's why I thought it was true. And I went on, looked on Fatum's page the other day, and Kandi still all in the comments and in the likes and stuff. Maybe they just platonic friends. Just because Kandi liked to munch on certain cat don't mean she liked to munch on every cat. Who knows? Exactly. Anyway, so then Todd was posted with these girlies taking shots, talking about new beginnings and stuff. I think people took those clips the wrong way. Todd just became the producer of this Girls in Sports podcast or whatever. It's 3 young girls that I'm assuming are going to games and talking sports. So Todd was just hired on as the producer of their podcast. So I think the whole new beginnings and stuff, I don't think that was a toast to Kandi. I think it was a toast to him starting this new business venture with the girlies. That don't exonerate him though. In another clip we seen of Todd, he was talking about how boss chicks would end up lonely and how they should give a man some of their fortune. And Kandi like, no, I don't think that. I mean, if we acquired something while we were together, then yeah, but not just taking half of my money. The fact that he argued the prenup, and I don't know how old that clip is, but it's fairly recent in terms of how long they've been together, which is 11 years. You talking about how boss chicks, first of all, we know Kandi is the #1 boss chick, so you talking about Kandi inadvertently. They need to give up some of the money. What, ho? It's giving Peter Thomas. Y'all know him and Peter Thomas like this. I pray to God that that man don't try to take Kandi for all our work, for half of her money. Do I think he will? Absolutely. Do I think he's calculated? Absolutely. Y'all remember when old girl said Todd always find his way into a better position? I 1000% believe he is. Now, Michelle Atalian read the divorce documents last night, and she mentioned in the divorce documents that the prenup should be enforced, but as we know with the Portia situation, you can fight the prenup. Child support should be awarded. A lot of people are speculating that because Todd is always posting with the kids or whatever, he wants to have full custody because Kandi is off in New York getting ready to be on Broadway somewhere, so he can get child support from Kandi. I'm gonna put on some case monitoring, friend, so I can see when Todd filed his answer, but I can't wait to see when Todd filed his answer. A lot of people think Todd ain't gonna try to get no money up out of Kandi because he don't want no smoke with the fans. I personally think Todd don't give a fuck. As long as Todd get the money, he don't give a fuck about the fans not liking him, because you know what? A lot of the men gonna support him. They already do in the comments, and a lot of the girlies support him. That man should get some money. I hate a bitch like you. I don't even like Kandi like that, but I hate a bitch like you. So what do y'all think that Todd gonna go after Kandi's money, or try to get more than what's specified in the prenup? I think he's 100% going to fight the prenup, and I think Todd is the type to go dirty and try to hold things over Kandi's head, because imagine the stuff that they've done together throughout their marriage. I can see him trying to hold things over her head to get what he wants, without a doubt. Without a doubt. Anyway, but I hope it don't go that way for Kandi, you know what I'm saying? Because it seemed like she was in love with Todd. But to me, it always seemed like Kandi liked Todd more than Todd liked Kandi. And my mom used to always tell me that's a bad recipe. Always make sure he like you more than you like him. Hopefully y'all like each other equally, but everything ain't peaches and cream. Exactly. Anyway, so we'll see what happens with that. Do y'all think Todd was out here? Now, allegedly, they saying that's why they got a divorce, because, you know, they had their agreement to do the Oochie Coochie Wally Wally with third parties and threesomes and shit. And he still cheating. Baby, I done heard so many instances of threesomes where the dude double back and had sex with the girl too. No, girl out. No. I don't even want a girl in the room, because I end up whooping your ass if you look too hard. Exactly. What did he say? Been a pluck them eyeballs out. Anyway, I don't know. Tell me how y'all think this gonna go. I'm team Kandi on this one. Exactly. So what are y'all candy coated kisses? What y'all call chocolate girlies, carpet munchers, whatever you is? I'm on your team for this season of Kandi, okay? Exactly. Anyway, let's talk about other Real Housewives of Atlanta news real quick. Britt Edie officially files. Oh, this is what I wanted to tell y'all. So Michelle Atalian tells us when she's reading the divorce documents that Kandi's attorney is attorney Adama McKinnon. Pretty lady. Guess who she is though? She a chocolate. She ain't a chocolate, but she's a black attorney in Atlanta. But guess who she used to work for? Your favorite Scorpio, Phaedra. Girl, so allegedly Kandi's attorney used to be Phaedra's assistant, and she's still cool with Phaedra. They still follow each other. They still in each other's comments and everything. And she's the attorney that was originally working with Britt Edie when Britt Edie sent the warning to Bravo that she was gonna sue them. So she's a part. First of all, shout out to my black my black female attorneys, all but that one girl that I don't like on YouTube that got into it with Mel. Nah, but isn't that ironic? Exactly, that Kandi hired the ex-assistant of Phaedra, maybe because her and Phaedra was so close, she already knew her or whatever, and she working with Britt Eady, and Atlanta's small like that. So we'll see, girl. Make sure Todd don't get her no money. Why do I feel like this an episode of it's not all her fault, but all's fair with the Kim Kardashian? That's a good show, y'all, on Hulu. Y'all better start watching it. I feel like this could be an episode with Kandi and Todd, or based on Kandi and Todd. They actually got greenlit for a season 2, which I'm happy they got greenlit for a season 2. Kim Kardashian, somebody remind me to DM Kim Kardashian. Next season, do an episode based on Kandi and Todd divorce. This would be perfect. Anyway, so her attorney, like I said, was Britt Eady's original attorney. Now, Britt Eady then got a new attorney, and this week she officially filed a $20 million lawsuit against Bravo. She's saying that Bravo, she's alleging sexual harassment and defamation over explicit photo scandal. She also alleges intimidation. She said the producers and the powers that be basically gaslit her and pressured her into talking about this in front of her family, leaning into the story. They told her it would help out, her celebrity. They also threatened her with like not getting as many scenes, not getting camera time. So she also alleges that's retaliation. Like, she was forced into talking about this sexual incident. It wasn't even her. She was publicly humiliated and embarrassed, and basically her boss was saying, hey, you gotta do this or you may lose your job. She also said that they planned on hiring Kenya back next season, and she was gonna have to film with her, the girl who was allegedly harassing her. You know what? I 100% believe this, because remember when this first came out, and even after Kenya got suspended, Kenya was very smug about the whole situation and was like, yeah, y'all will see me again and this and da-da-da. That's because Andy and them told her that, hey, you could just sit out this season and you can come back next season. So I think that's why Kenya was so smug in the beginning, because she knew that they told her she was coming back. It wasn't until Britt Eady said, no, ho. No, she's a slut from the 90s and I don't want to film with her next season. And all the hell broke loose. And now, Kenya, you not coming back next season. You wasn't invited to BravoCon. And then, Kenya, you went down to the twirl on the tea set, or whatever the little set is at the salon that you allegedly getting evicted from. You went down there to the twirl set, being cute and shit, talking slick about Bravo. Now you not coming back the next season. I don't know. Do y'all think Britt Eady gonna win? I think they're gonna settle with her, flat out. I think they're gonna settle. She has a valid case. At the end of the day, that was her employer. Even if it wasn't her, that's what was put out to the public. She said they knew all of this information a year before they decided to air it. The fact that Bravo decided to air it, even if they threatened her with no camera time and all of that other stuff, that is retaliation. It's retaliation because I don't want to lean into a revenge piece storyline. I think Bravo gonna settle with her. I really do. So turns out Britt Eady is gonna be a rich bitch at the end of the day. Everybody was talking about how she ain't feed her guests in the event, and now look, she gonna have more money than Kenya, and Kenya, you might get evicted, allegedly. I don't know. Anyway, let's talk about Love and Marriage Huntsville real quick, and then we're gonna talk about Real Housewives of Potomac. Now, I read the synopsis of one of the new episodes, child, and tell me why on the new damn episode, hold on, I had some other little notes about Kimmi and Claudia and Destiny having a fake storyline. So Kimmi was on Carlos King last night or whatever. First of all, Claudia wasn't on the first half. I was wondering why Claudia wasn't on the first half. And I was thinking, was Claudia not on the first half because Kimmi still feels salty? Because remember when Maurice bald-headed ass embarrassed her on TGIF and she was looking like a dog in headlight, a deer in headlights? If y'all don't know, I got a video on it and I got a screenshot. the cover picture is a screenshot of Kimmi looking like a damn just a lost cause. Anyway, so remember on that episode though, Claudia was basically checking Kimmi, making her look like a damn fool. So I'm wondering, did Kimmi say she didn't want to be on there if Claudia was going to be on there? Because Claudia always making her look like a fool. Which, I'm sorry. I know you don't expect everybody to go along with you playing a damn fool for Maurice bald-headed ass. Anyway, so she was talking about Nell and stuff. She said that the scenes were really edited a lot. She said that Nell was actually super hype, a lot hyper than what she was. And she said Nell almost got into it with Trish. So remember when I did my review the other day, I was like, to me, it didn't seem like Nell was hyped like that. But because of Nell's nature and the way she cursed them kids out and how Lexi told us how Miss Nell is, it's giving that maybe Miss Nell, you was hype. But why was you getting ready to whoop Trish ass? And I'm sorry, Nell, I think you probably could whoop Kimmi ass, but I don't know about Miss Muscle Milk. Miss Muscle Milk probably could bench press my big ass. Exactly. I might whisper before I curse Trish out. I don't know. Anyway, so nevertheless, she was talking about Nell. She kept trying to put it on Nell, like Nell brought it up, She was like, they was just asking her questions, so on. And I'm like, what are you talking about? When y'all was sitting out there on that damn patio, Tisha kept asking her, where did you go during the reunion? That's how it was originally brought up, even when y'all was at lunch. Tisha was like, what happened to y'all at the reunion? Why did you leave? No, I don't know what Kimmi talking about, because bitch, no. Tisha keeps bringing it up. Anyway, so she really took no accountability for the thing with Nell. She kept saying, I ain't never did nothing to Nell. I ain't never did nothing to Nell. Except tell her you was gonna dunk her in the pool. Como say I'm a whore? Exactly. They should have asked her about Maurice. Do Maurice come in the house before 5 o'clock now? What's going on with that? What's T-Poo? I don't know. Then they kind of started talking about Destiny. And I told y'all in my review, Kimmi was shading Destiny in this confessional. When she told her, they was at lunch or making the little body soaps. When Destiny said that she found out that Twan was the godson, the god brother, in the confessional, excuse me, y'all. In the confessional, Kimmi said, I don't think that would make a difference with Destiny anyway. She was basically saying, this bitch, if she want to fuck with him, she gonna fuck with him regardless. If a whore gonna be a whore gonna be a whore. I always felt like Kimmi thought Destiny was kind of like a whore. Even when she was trying to talk to Jalen low-key, and she was like, well, you came in there with nearly nothing on. It was shade, but it was, I feel like Kimmi always had a little hoe shade for Destiny. Anyway, so he asked her, is Destiny's storyline fake? And she kind of tried to like play it off, but it's giving that. And then when they was getting ready to finish, Carlos was like, thanks, Kimmi. You know, I'll see you next time. Bye, whore. Tell your support animal I said hi. Kimmi was like, no. She was like, remember what we talked about last month? Did you watch the episode last night? And he like, yeah. She was like, you see how this person be acting? So that's what I said, the way they act. And I'm like, what are you talking about? I think if it was Miss Nell, she would have just said Miss Nell. And we been knew Miss Nell hype. That ain't no Blues Clues type of, situation. And I'm like, are you talking about Tisha? But no, because you don't want Maurice to divorce you for going against the Scotts. So I'm like, is she talking about Destiny? And how was Destiny acting? Was it acting like a hoe? Destiny didn't really say too much during the episode or even during the fight. So I was like, what is she talking about? I don't know. But Carlos was like, we gonna see it, I guess, towards the end of the season. It's gonna play out all season. I'm like, who was Kimmi talking about? When she got out though, Carlos was like, "Ooh, child, she scared me. I thought I was gonna get another surprise." He was like, he was scared she was gonna quit, like Akeisha quit live on air. He was like, text me. He was like, I don't want to be no meme no more and gotta do pre-recorded videos. So when Kimmi said that, he thought Kimmi was gonna be like, listen, I'm fed up and I'm done, which means Kimmi been complaining about editing or the way somebody acting, or maybe she's mad because Destiny is not transparent about her storyline. Because remember, she got into it with Destiny at Madani. She told Destiny that a long time ago at Madani about her not telling the truth about her real story and what's going on in her life. And I've been saying this. We don't know. We still don't know shit about LeBaric. We got a little bit about Moses. We don't know what's going on with your candles. Did the fire marshal shut your storage facility down? What? We really don't know. We ain't never even seen Destiny house. We've never seen Destiny house. And don't you got a domestic violence foundation now? Never heard of it. You just bringing men in left and right. That's all we know about you, big head. I don't know. Anyway, so speaking of big head Destiny though, the next episode is about Wanda asking him about the husbands and stuff and her trying to get with Neil. The episode after that, it says Martell is going to talk to Destiny. Damn. Sorry, friend. Exactly, and I'm not gonna edit it out. So Martell gonna talk to Destiny and basically tell Destiny that Will is, you know, a hit it or quit it type of dude. He ain't nobody you should take seriously, based on what Will said about she gotta prove herself in one night or some shit. That was some trash. That shit was trash. If I'm Destiny, after I heard that, I would never talk to him again, and I'd curse his motherfucking ass out and drag him. Girl, you're lucky, because I drag your ass. Anyway, so Martell gonna go back and tell Destiny that. Then Will is gonna confront Martell about pillow talking, or I guess, what is that called? Dirty macking. Y'all know I got all brothers for dirty macking. So for those of y'all who don't know, I think dirty macking is like when one dude go back and tell a girl what the other dude said to try to like get him out the spot. I don't know. But Martell, why you so deep in Destiny business? Let a hoe be a hoe. A hoe gonna be a hoe, so I couldn't blame Tammy. Exactly. Let that boy do what he gonna do. But nah, if he's supposed to be Destiny friend, then it's only right that he go back and tell Destiny what Will said, because that was some disgusting shit that he said. But Martell, don't go running back like a little punk and tell Destiny. You ain't say that when you was snickling and giggling when he said it. If you was really Destiny friend, when Will said that shit, you would have been like, nigga, don't be talking about my sis like that. That's what you would have said. You would have had the same reaction that Lance Fletcher had. But no, when you was in front of Will, you was snickling and giggling. So I'm glad that Will gonna confront Martell. And I wonder, is Martell gonna have that same energy with Will that he have with Marceau and everybody else? Y'all seen that sparkle get in my eye? Exactly. That's what I want to see. I want to see, is Martell tough ass, or you go be tough like you be tough with Punk and Maurice and Punk and Marceau, calling them ugly, fat, overweight, dusty, crusty, and musty? Or you gonna say that shit to Will big ass? I don't know, but now that's kind of exciting to see. Exactly. Anyway, so that's all I got for the Love and Marriage Huntsville stuff. I'm gonna continue to watch it. Today is Tuesday. Where is T-Love and my T-baggers? T-Love, this is specifically for you, because T-Love is captain of the Tisha fan club. Remember I told y'all Tisha was gone when the mystery lady came out with the pictures with Marceau, and I was talking about Tisha Tuesdays. Well, now it's back on. Now the season is back. Are we gonna have a Tisha Tuesdays? I believe today is, what's today? Monday. It ain't Thursday. It ain't Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday. It's Tuesday. It's Tuesday. I wonder if Tisha gonna have her Tisha Tuesdays. Right, Tisha? Come on down, Tisha. if Tisha have her Tisha Tuesdays, y'all, I'm gonna have some tequila tonight and I'm gonna go in her would it be messy to ask her about them? I ain't gonna say that anyway, but I'm gonna see if Tisha gonna have Tisha Tuesdays tonight. If so, hopefully we get concealer to Tisha tonight, and I'm gonna go in her chat and see what she's talking about and report back to y'all tomorrow. Okay, friend? I'm working remote tomorrow, so tomorrow we gonna have fun, child, because Salt Lake City come on, Miami come on tonight, so we gonna have fun tomorrow. Anyway, last but not least, let's talk about Potomac real quick, and I gotta make this hella quick. Right, I gotta make this hella quick. Anyway, let's talk about Potomac. What happened? We found out Cookie is a messy, tacky bitch. Amber can go to hell and she just won't smoke with Wendy. We win-win. But you got what you asked for. Because Amber is giving whatever you own, Wendy on times 10. Kiana, whatever you own, Stacey on times 10. They are ready for you. Why is it giving the tall versus the smalls, though? Is it just me? It's giving the two long leg goddesses, Wendy and Stacey, against Lil Ren and 10, the hip hop Dalmatians of Potomac. Amber and Angel. Stacey and Wendy. Like, oh my God. Anyway, it was good. What happened? So we meet Timu, Stacey's husband. Why he look like an albino turtle, kind of? I don't know. He had a funny look to himself. I don't know. What do he do for a living? Is he like I don't know. He gives me like scientist, anthropologist. You know what I'm saying? Stacey, what's going on, Pooh? Y'all think Timu got that thing on him? He don't give that. I don't know. A lot of nerds be freaked out the frame, but I don't. Is it the money? What does Timu do? Girl, Stacey, tell us something, friend. Because I was bewildered and flabbergasted. My flabber was totally gasted when I seen him. I said, I guess. But he didn't want to be on camera. He seemed really timid. Tia met him. Tia invited him to dinner. He was like, nah, I gotta go have earlobe surgery tomorrow. I can't fuck with you. So he said that he gotta fly out. Later on, when Wendy and Stacey, when Wendy and Tia and them go to dinner with the husbands, they call Stacey because Wendy feels some type of way because Tia told her that Stacey said that she felt most comfortable around Tia, and that's why she let Tia meet her husband first. So Wendy like, bitch, say what? Not, and I thought I was your good Judy. So they called Stacey, and Stacey's like, no, he had just got in town, you know, and that's the reason. And Tia like, no, bitch, he didn't just get in town because I literally just seen him and you just told me he was leaving. Now, Stacey, you a LAB. You're a lying ass bitch. Like, I'm sorry. I think the people just like Stacey, so they accepting her being a lying ass bitch. And I mean, who cares? Her husband don't want to film and she just coming up with an excuse off the fly. I come up with any excuse. Girl, do you want to go to happy hour with us? No, I gotta go clean out my mailbox. Girl, exactly. That's normal. I ain't gotta fucking explain nothing to you. Just, girl, she made up an excuse because they didn't want to go to dinner. Anyway, but Tia pissed off. So they get to this event. It's an event for the Shady Podcast, but Robin don't show up because Robin feels some type of way about how she left the show. It's giving you feel stupid, which is crazy. Why wouldn't you show up to the filming event, but you showed up to BravoCon, a whole event, surrounded around Bravo in the show? That was stupid. You didn't want to show up to the event, an event for your business, but you showed up to BravoCon? That makes no sense. Who else but Sharice was there? Leatherface was there. Who else was there? I thought I saw somebody else. Okay, Leatherface was there. Wale came and gave Giselle some flowers. Wale is the dude from Love Hotel, the chocolate dude that Ashley played for this Caucasian persuasion man. Mind you, He was fine. I forgot his name. I think it was Gary or something. He had salt and pepper hair. He was tall. The Caucasian older man was fine. Let's be clear. He was definitely giving Richard Gere. It was given very much Pretty Woman. Y'all remember Richard Gere? Richard Gere is a fine ass white man. There's some older white men I talk to, and Richard Gere is at the top of my list. Anyway, she played him. So she made a big deal, was talking about he fake, just like his fake ass glasses and stuff. He was in the comment section like, no, she's overreacting. She played me. She was kissing a Caucasian man right after we had a date. Fuck that bitch. I don't know that bitch. Fuck her. Exactly. As far as I'm concerned, I told y'all this a few weeks ago. Ashley don't want nothing black. She don't want nothing black. She don't even sound black when she sing. Exactly. She probably don't even eat cheese in her eggs. I'd like my eggs over easy, bitch. If you don't get no scrambled eggs with cheese, exactly. Anyway, so that was that. Then we get all of the smoke about Stacey. Was it Stacey stuff first? Or was it the I don't know. Child, they started out with the Stacey and Monique stuff. Kiana is trying to confront Stacey about going back and telling Chris Samuels that Monique was talking shit about him. And then Kiana is all crunk in her face and shit, and she was like, you told Cookie that. And she like, no, I don't know what you're talking about. You know, so and so and so and so. And Cookie comes in. First of all, the way they had that music when Cookie came in, like dun dun dun. I would have been pissed off. Don't do no sound effects when I walk in this building, bitch. Exactly. Unless it's Trina. You see the outfit, bitch. Exactly. Cute face and ass. I got the best coochie out. Anyway, they did her Cookie wrong on the walk up. But on the walk up, Cookie, first of all, I ain't gonna buy anyway. Cookie came in being messy. She's sitting at the table with all of the tea about whether or not you went back, whether or not Chris Samuels told Cookie that Stacey went back and told him that Monique was talking shit about him. This is some petty he say she say shit, child. Anyway, so Stacey like, no, I don't know what you're talking about. And Wendy interjects and was like, no, I don't think we should have this conversation when Monique is not around, because Monique had already told me when we went to lunch the other day that even if Cookie say anything about me, she gonna trash talk, you know, and like that bitch ain't reliable. So Stacey like, she was pointing over there at Cookie like, and Cookie like, don't point at me. And Stacey like, like, I heard you, bitch, but I'm still pointing at you. Anyway, so Cookie like, and bitch, you stink, go take a shower. Pointing at her. Stacey like, hold on, excuse me, let me scoot closer to this bitch so I can point to this bitch. I said, okay, Stacey, I love a classy, dainty bitch that can get with you if I need to, man. I like that. I can go to brunch with Stacey, because she said, what you say, bitch? Hold on, let me move closer to this bitch and point at this bitch, because who is you talking to? Baby, that was funny. Anyway, so they escort Cookie out. Then Kiana over there still barking and woofing like a dog or whatever. She was like, and I never trust her around my husband. Stacey was like, you don't have one. Like, bitch, what are you talking about? Baby, Kiana, the way Kiana and Angel get ate up is crazy. And it's crazy because they gonna eat them up in the next episode. I just watched the preview where they where Angel, you know, try to confront Wendy about her issue with her. The way Stacey and Wendy keep eating y'all up is crazy. And what's crazy is even in the after show, they eating y'all up in the looks too. Cause in the after show, baby, Wendy is sitting. Shout out to Paris. I stalked Paris' page. For those of y'all who don't know who Paris is, Paris was Kelly's. Remember on the Real Housewives of Atlanta, Kelly and Britt Edie fighting over the stylist. So Paris, I don't know. I don't want to say the wrong pronouns or anything. Paris got a short blonde do or whatever. Anyway, Paris, we met Paris styling Kelly. Then That's why Britt Edie and Kelly got into it, because Paris started styling Britt Edie, which fuck Kelly, because Kelly, you was trying to gatekeep Paris, and ever since he got with Britt Edie, he didn't style Marlo, Portia, and now he styles Wendy. Baby, when Wendy was in that after show look with that green long Grecian goddess dress on with the shiny leg busting out, her so clean. And he styled Wendy at BravoCon when she had on that all white with the white fishnets, with the white nails, with the white pumps. Baby, get into it. And Stacey looked good too. And if you notice on the after show, they was talking about, Jazzy kept talking about how Stacey is just ridiculous, but she got all of the girls running after her. Everybody's storyline is Stacey this, Stacey that, Stacey this, Stacey that. Baby, Giselle was looking like, that's why you and Ashley mad. That's really why you mad, because Stacey could be the centerpiece, hands down. If Stacey come back with and we got Karen, I mean, Giselle, we could take you a lead, poo-poo. Giselle is jealous. The girls are jealous of Stacey, majorly. That's why Ashley got a hard on for her. That's why the rest of y'all whores got a hard on for her. And I'm glad Wendy is team Stacey and not up under Giselle's ass. Cause I love a caramel chocolate duo. And it's giving the talls versus the smalls with Amber and Kiana. They like stumping on them. I said okay. My foot back in the door with Potomac. I'm back team Potomac, exactly. Anyway, that's all I got, child. Tell me what y'all think about Potomac, Martell versus Will, Kimmi and her drama. Do y'all think she gonna end up beefing with Destiny? Was she salty because Claudia wasn't on? Do y'all think Ty gonna try to take Kandi money? The world shall never know. But guess what? My foot on your neck, Ty. This whole divorce, exactly. I'm team telling you. Exactly. Speaking of that, though, I hope y'all having a happy Thanksgiving. I hope y'all having a happy Thanksgiving, or getting ready to have a happy Thanksgiving. I know I was supposed to do my raffle giveaway, but I only had 2 people I had more people that submitted names for my Thanksgiving giveaway, but it was only 2 people that were in the Dallas area. So I reached out to both of those folks, make sure they were in Dallas, and if they were okay with me cooking in my home cooked meal. So I'm still gonna cook, and whichever one replies, I'll let y'all know the name, and y'all be with me when I'm cooking and maybe when I'm delivering the food. I don't necessarily want to show their face if they don't want me to, but anyway, so that's what's going down. I might talk to y'all later. Make sure you subscribe, make sure you like the video, comment so I can get through my day, friend. Exactly. I love y'all, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.